Last question about this whole
Nyanoki phase.
Yes, Nyanoki, because it's big. Did it hit you that, oh my God, we have gotten to that? Nime arrive, nimefika. This is it.
It hit me like, wow, this is a big song. I'm finally getting to experience what I've always wanted to experience. Yeah. But Lucas was always there to remind you.
That what?
Where is your song?
I love Lucas. I really love Lucas.
And I ran away from that. Like, just don't worry. I'm going to Eldoret this weekend. I'll let you know. And I postponed it for a very long time. I just enjoyed the touring until, of course, Nameless was releasing more music. Then he was working on stuff with Issa. And Issa now was almost finishing an album. I'm like, chick, you've been searching for your sound. Issa amekuja amemaliza album. Wewe bado, you're trying to figure out sound yako ni gani. I'm like, hey, I need to get serious.
So first of all, we have to talk about you meeting Issa.
Na Issa tulikuanga curtain raisers, and I'm seeing this guy has finished his album, so I will not be a curtain raiser anymore. He'll not be a curtain raiser anymore. Tuliletwa hapo na big pin to debate nani. So what used to happen is I curtain raise, I do Tahidi and those house songs, and then I go back on stage during Nameless's time. So I knew that crowd for akina Nameless's time, akina Goog's time, akina Red Sun's time, crowd ilikuwanga imeiva. Ni tamu. Kini ile time yetu ya hata sound haikuanga poa. Haikuanga imetengenezwa.
So were you guys a family? Let me ask. Was Ogopa a family?
I'd say yes, because we got to perform together. Yes, there are those performances that I was doing with Nameless, but at the same time, because of Ogopa 1, there are performances that Banda was arranging, and we were doing performances as Ogopa. And
So you had met Googs, because you were talking about you're there from the time of when we do this.
Yes.
Vinnie Banton,
Mr. Googs, Vinnie Banton. But you see, because they were before me, the people who I ended up being, interacting with are Klepto, Akina Issa, Akina
How
Big
was Issa?
Pin.
I always, every time
Issa was a bubbly, friendly guy. Always smiling, bubbly, excited, just psyched up for life. Had so much energy.
Yeah. Why didn't you guys do a song together?
We didn't, we didn't. I don't know.
Hakutaka chorus yako.
Hakutaka chorus yangu. Lucas hakunieka kwa hiyo chorus.
Ni Lucas.
Lucas ndiye alikuwa anaamua, na nimetoka tu kupatiwa chorus na Nameless, hizi patu wengine.
And Tattoo
were also there. And
but Tattoo were independent. They were not signed.
So what happened with Tattoo was that after Noki was so big, Angela decided even them they're going to have a big song. And she wrote Tattoo off Noki. So I remember Lucas going like, the song is big. And I'm like, what song? So he was like, Ebu listen. I had it, I was like, wow. I'm still trying to find my sound. Please note, Mimi Bados, I have not figured out who Amani is. I haven't yet figured out who I am even at that time. I'm still doing my techno dance things, and I'm like, guys are moving, And the song blew up. It was big. It was a good song.
Tesso.
And I was like, Tesso. Yeah. Tesso was huge.
It was huge.
Was happening around that time.
Wahoo, you and her, are you guys pals?
I would say not really, because me and Wahoo became friends a bit later. Then she's Nameless's girlfriend, so you have to maintain your distance.
Na wewe unasema nina Noki na Nameless.
Noki na staki kama, so you respect her and everything. I already respected her because I knew this girl is bad news, man. When it comes to songwriting, she was harsh. So I knew, I'm like, this chick is harsh. She's a good songwriter, and she was good on stage. So there was that respect that I really had for her. Like, this girl is really good.
Studio, what I'm hearing from you guys was a working environment.
It was a working environment, but at the same time, outside studio was play. I mean, of course, Lucas doesn't want our makelele inside there. He used to join in the banter once in a while. But he was a bit, I don't know. Him and Francis have some structure, some sense of structure. Yeah. I don't know whether it's because we were a bit older than us guys. I don't know. But they had some bit of ginger. Lucas used to join in the band. Francis, never. I can't remember. But Lucas could join you in the banter and play around and everything. But he would quickly cut off and move on to other things. Yeah.
Yo, that's so amazing. Okay, so let's hear about then where this goes on.
So Nenoki became big. Ogopa, the artist then at Ogopa started performing together. I started getting that experience. But of course, as a curtain raiser. So between me, Isa, and Big Pin, I took on a journey at a curtain raise. And every single time, I'm like, please, let it not be me. Please. Then you hear your name and you're like, you're the one who's going to check the sound. When you're on stage, that's the time they're like, apana ekalo, hi, apana. That's time you're performing. And meantime, the crowd is half, man, it was not funny. Yeah. But you survive.
Yep. And then you have to start somewhere.
Yeah. And the good thing is to say, it's okay, I'll redeem myself later and you can get stage in a Nameless.
Okay.
Yeah. So Nameless is recording, of course, with Isa, and they're doing amazing work. And of course, now me performing with him, that sort of dwindled and everything. And he was working on his album. And I would say at that point in time, my music career took a pause.
Yo.
Yeah. I was in campus. I'd not figured out my sound. I got caught up in the whole Ninanoki wave. I did not have a follow-up song. And Lucas was like, Sinilikwambia. So I'm like, how do you follow up Ninanoki? It's hard.
How?
And I had a few songs I'd written and I presented to him Papi. And he's like, yeah, this is good. This is a nice song and everything. Francis loved Papi. He said, if you keep at this direction is perfect. And I'm like, do you think it's going to work? So I'd already felt what a hit song is like. He's like, it may not be a hit, but this is good. Not a hit. I know we're doing hit songs from now on,
We only do hit songs.
I thought from now on is hit. It may not be a hit like that, but this is going to work. It's going to work for you in Pan-Africa. And I'm like, Pan-Africa, I want a hit here now. I've seen what it does. You perform, you go do shows, you go across the country, you do 4 shows in a week. Pan-Africa, who? No. What's this guy talking about? So that was Papi, and I got to perform Papi, as I curtain raised and everything. I could see guys were not really taking on to it, but he believed in it. Lucas believed in it, but I was not there.
Yeah.
I did not believe in it that much. So Lucas tells me, I'm winding up my second project and I don't think you're going to be there. And I'm like, okay. He's like, unless you come up with a song. I don't know that he was trying to push me or what. But But I went and I thought to myself, I'm like, this is bad. This is really bad. I can't come from Nanoki to just disappearing. This is really bad. And I searched for that song. I searched for it. I did not quite get it. Then one day, a friend of mine was dating a guy who was like, well, I want to get into music, Patroni. No problem. You want to come to music? Yeah, come to studio. Wow, what's your song again? And he's like, yeah, there's this song I wrote for your friend, and I sing it. We will sing for her later. You sing that song here and now. Let's hear you. And Pato sang it. And I'm like, that sounds good. And he's like, do you think? I'm like, I think it's going to work. And I remember I sang it for Lucas, and he was like, okay, sounds good. What are you envisioning? I told him. Then Pato did his part and everything, and I thought, oh, I've finally gotten it. I've gotten that hit song. I felt like, hey, I'm off the hook. Just made it to Ogopatu. Oh, that was close,
And you called your Catendra's friend on it.
Yes, like put Pato in there. Again, I used someone. I didn't have my own song.
So it was
this
his
was a
song.
collabo. It's Pato's song.
Talk to You.
Let me walk with you, talk to you. That chorus is Pato's song.
Yeah, it's the beast from the east, Amani Patroni, nice and slowly. Let me walk with you, talk to you, know how you feel. Songa karibu mpenzi wangu, you're so sexy.
Tabasamu kila siku juu yako.
Songa karibu mpenzi wangu, you're so sexy. It is you I think about when I wake up in the morning. You I think about when I'm walking in the day. You I think about when I'm sleeping at night. You niwe mpenzi wangu. You niwe mwangaza wangu. Let me walk with you, talk to you, know how you feel. Songa karibu mpenzi wangu, you're so sexy.
Tabasamu kila siku juu yako.
Songa karibu mpenzi wangu, you're so sexy.
Uwe wangu wa milele na milele. Mpenzi na kuwaza kishenzi. Oh, niwe kichwa changu, roho yangu niwe. Rafiki wangu wa milele.
Let me walk with you, talk to you, know how you feel. Songa karibu.
It's Pato.
Songa Karibu.
Yeah,
That was a big song as well.
it was, yes.
Of course, it wasn't in Nanoki.
It wasn't Nanoki, but you see, me, I was just excited to just have something, as in just to be let off the hook. I'm like, oh, thank you. Now I can take another break and figure out what I'm doing.
And you shot a video.
And we shot a video.
Okay.
Then
This is the first video.
it was my first video.
Yeah.
Yes.
I haven't seen
So
you.
it was.
Papi didn't have a video.
No, it didn't. So we know it was my first video and everything. I had images of what I wanted to do and all that. So yeah, we shot the first video. Lucas had just started doing videos, so it was good. It worked. The song did pretty okay, but still, I didn't have my own song.
Hey. Fuck you, and the way you've moved through those songs so quickly. I'm just like, that was such a big song. But you're right. Again, it wasn't you.
Yeah, it wasn't me. And the good thing is I still could hold a performance. See, I have Nanoki, I have Papi, I have Tahidi, and I have Talk to You. You only show utalipwa. So, but unfortunately for me, before the gap between Ninanoki and Talk to You was quite big. So I was quiet for around that period. When Talk to You came, yes, it was nice. There were a few concerts here and there. And then after Talk to You, quiet again.
How does it feel? You've gone through some extreme highs to lows.
Yeah.
How does that feel as an artist, and how do you keep sane?
You just need to keep reminding yourself that that person who wrote that hit is you.
let me just be clear. These are years that we're talking about.
Yeah.
It's not a few days or months. Between Tahidi and Talk to You.
We're now heading to 2003.
Yo.
Yeah. And now 2003, it tided me over, 2003 and everything. By the time I was finishing campus, I was graduating. Then I was still doing, performances and everything. I was at, I remember my graduation day, I graduated and removed my gown, folded it. And I was like, I need to go for sound check. I remember my dad looking at me like, hey, sting kitu natusumbua. And I went for sound check. It was Safari 7s. Went pretty well, but still I didn't have a song as me. I was still writing off Nanoki. Talk to You was doing well, yes, but it was not ni Nanoki.
For sure.
So I remember after that, I still struggled to find another song.
And are you like, I'm going to work right now? I'm going to, people finish university to go to Jobo.
That's exactly what happened. I was like, you know what? I think I'll work, because the shows were not coming in as fast, because I'm piggybacking really on other artists. I'd become an expert of, man, whiskey, yeah. So then I worked, my first job, I worked for a company called myjobsite.com, which was an online recruitment firm. So I worked as a marketing executive. I was extremely flaky. My boss was Isis Nyongo. Yeah. Yes.
Whoa.
Who I would later meet when she's at MTV. So that little girl that, I'm working at My Jobs Eye, and then I saw an ad. I'd been working at My Jobs Eye. I loved my job. And it worked for me because it was the offices were at Anniversary Towers, and I lived at YWCA.
Yeah.
So sikuwa na fare, nilikuwa natembea job na narudi. So it was good. Then I still had my musical dreams and everything, but I still had not found my sound. And then I still had
you, eh?
Yes, and I still had a bit of kafim. So watu walikuwa najua huyu kadem kanaimba nini. My colleague then was a model, very nice girl. So she had her dreams of being a model. I still had my dreams of becoming an artist.
Yeah.
And she's like, what are you going to do? So I did a few things here and there then. And I still struggled to find my sound.
When you say you did a few things, what are you talking about?
I used to perform, I used to do a few karaoke gigs around town. Yeah, I did a bit at Serena.
As you are the karaoke host?
Yes.
Okay.
At Serena Hotel. It worked again because Serena, YWCA job, Anniversary Towers, it worked. Then I said, I have to get another job. So now I am sucked right into the corporate culture. I'm actually thinking this music thing, I'm not sure about it anymore. And I decided I want a proper job. I want to work. And I applied for a job at Capital FM. And I got a job as the events manager.